You move through the waves from being creative to move from time to time to time, using language is backwards. The key language reversal. The codes are being brought through the channels of this reality. Reality engages those nodal points of which are gained knowledge. Messages given are for the consciousness to expand. Expanding conscious. Near the Lyran waves, there is a consciousness and the appreciation of awakening. To begin, allow the nature of this wave to express through the personality of the band, as it were, of Lyra. It is the nature of being through which the power of the Divine Feminine is released in the magnificence of her sevenfold being. The organized flow is through the heart center and the balancing of the Merkaba. The light body of the Lyran is integrated between the first and the 13th dimensional matrices. The understanding of the dimensions are of your awareness, in which the necessity for furthering dimensions is part of the inherent structure of infinitization. The primal caveat is, this is the universe, is made for the patterns which partake of the nature of life forms, which in turn become sentient and expressive. When humanity was designed from the standpoint of the third and fourth dimensional interfaces, the connections into the second dimensional levels of manifestation required contrast and levelization to complete the plan of this life experience situation. In all the earth, there represents the physical space and a minuscule position. In the scheme of things, yet the importances are such that value is not measured. Value is an intrinsic element of beingness, so there is a continuity of awareness within the culture. Further, when it is evident that the presence of the field of resistance and abundance, the elemental subsidiaries are expressive of individuality through which the physical collectivization may exist. The operating flux of the quantum world at its primacy is the fundamental soup of all classifications of matter and energy. The Lyran wave is designed to release the friction between the third-dimensional energetic, the essence of matter and varieties of energies, and the infinite universe upon all levels, to be a functioning component of the expressive reality. The Lyrans are beginning to resonate a wave of energy from their homes in the harmony with Vega, Altair, Deneb, Mintaka, Arcturus, Sirius, Antares, and Aldebaran. From these interlocking three triangles there is coming forth a light and sound connecting with the edge of the galaxy to send a resonant tone forth. The fourth dimension has been exploited and utilized as a grid for taking energy through dreamtime feeding. The ones responsible for the usage of your system and astral fields are known to be those parts of negative energy, of negative universe, to be existent in this realm. They are engaged in the predation of energy rather than the production. The nature of their element is to take energy from the other side where the positive energetic is felt. The light and dark scenarios are accurate in the way of this working out in the psychological dream theaters. The stars associated with this are from the constellation Draco, Orion, Zeta Reticuli, Algol, and Acumen. The presence of humanity as the primary sentience, the creative field of production, has become assimilated within the species. From this, there has become a reactive agency wherein synergy of humanity within the fields are disturbing the plans of origination. The guidance is immature, the resulting interloping is cast aside, and the attachment to desire becomes inundated chaos and distraction, creating a static distortion field. The effects of this field have energized neither side. When the third dimension is locked, it affects the solar plexus matrix, but by extension the first and the fifth are directly affected, as the power that would normally be able to traverse into the heart is blocked by fear produced in the stomach. Within Lyran waves, the energy streams begin. From the home world of another time, the world awakens to believe again. The loss of conscious confidence has become epidemic of the confusion which has instilled a fear in many. This is your domain, and there is nothing to fear from anything. The world lives upon the emotional field. Once the first taste of freedom is given, then all things become new again. When asked if there is another way, and know this other way, this old way can bring freedom, then it would be taken. Yet the answer is not of the other way. It is to stay within the safe passage of the place where fear still rules your emotion. So those who live within the heart are becoming free and to move into knowledge of her time of the last hour. There is a gift in the experience as you are awakening with the world's pain. The teachers of light are here for you and give to you the compassion field for which we hold in honor of your life on this planet. Here we are to speak again. I am the truth, where all is revealed. I hold the staff of enlightenment to guide you to the halls of initiation. It is that which opens the doorway of light into a new world. It is time to awaken into the light of the new pathway. The music, given through the spheres, will release the form which is bringing forth the architecture of divine realization. When the open doorway through Arcturus is pointed to the center, the walking will proceed. In anger for the time and experience wasted through the indecision and confusion of the world entanglement, you come now before your time and see the lessons are being gathered in the north for your review. Through the pole star Vega, you are awakening to the polarity created through the spin induction and the overall new pattern being implemented into the paradigm. All of this is the way it should be known, for your world in which you are given life is an illusion which has gifted you with anger and fear, and the substance of your being is found to be dislocated. This life is not given in any manner that contains a disharmonic. The truth of the life of the world is that it is from perfect energy. The changes which are being experienced through this alignment are to be reattuned and known the divine frequencies which are in agreement with your nature. When you allow the dream to be reality, then the awakening mind finds the presence of time to be dissatisfied with experience. When the awakening minds find that the actual time frames are moved into the position of realization, then the world awakens as a whole. This dreamtime experience, fulfilling the prophecies, awakens the world, and it is for you to find the center of the presence within yourself. This is the necessary pattern of awakening. It is the gift, the grace. Once you become clear in this truth that there is a process to awakening that is guided through timelines of opportunity. Once words are given to the mind stream of humanity, the next phase of the development is the consciousness structure, which shall ensure the availability of evolutionary synthesis. The next phase of human development to be engaged by wiser souls of this dimension. The patterns where you are found to be in agreement with this message are to enable the world to look past the breakdown of time into the creation of space. Time to believe in the worth of your own being redeemed, promising planetary teacher. This will be the way the world awakens. You have a pivotal role to bring higher consciousness into the field. It is in the heart that there is the key, and the key holders have a special gift to touch the ineffable and define it into a language of symbol, art, and tone. When the Lyran wave reaches you upon the solstice, its power will be revealed, and point to your heart, and point to the galaxy through the knowledge of the crown chakra, and there will be a world to which you will know. Look into the mind and begin to realize the oneness between everything. The walls of fear become a prison of insecurity. When you are presented with a gift, you do not refuse. Your life is not your own. You refuse because of the presumption that your life is not deserving of knowing any better way. This misdirection of feeling that you are unworthy is epidemic upon the planet. The realization that all systems operate under the intelligent creative process, where each individual is a perfect replica of the original, is the way this universe operates. What is occurring is the perfect replicas are not engaged into their process of clarity. When the clarity is lost, the world becomes lessened by the reaction to the fundamental law of attraction. The next phase is for the world to become and know what it is, and transmute the negatives into positives. With the Lyran waves come the pulsation of the central universe, where all matter of creation has already been completed in perfect order. It is through the Lyran wave we are to know the harmonic resonance of all creatures in harmony within our being, which is manifested in each of you through the holographic template of the matrix. When understanding the sectional futures of each creative being, the wisdom of the keepers has always been unquestioned. The ones that are in unconditional love are windows to the higher light and to the truth of the nature of all. It is when there is a pushing through the membranes that there is an addiction and confrontation with the shadows of one nature. Through each succeeding lifetime you have become witness to your self-expression being founded on the cornerstones of truth, which are immutable and presented to each in a way where understanding is simple and justified by the alignment with the energy of the central point of light. The viewpoint of your polarity is the biggest obstacle to your awareness of life within the galaxies. The idea of polarity was to be a guidance system to ensure the fulfillment of the higher plan. The emotional structures are set to be informants upon the nature of the direction where the being is entering into contact. As with any alignment, the contract is the understanding between parties to an activity. In the case of the earth, the activity is one of enlightenment, to bring and to be centered in the promise of light within, to guide the decisions of each being to greater compassion and capability, to bring the structures of the divine plan into manifestation, to see the accelerations of reality for the majority. Our passages of interest, which are open, go into higher consciousness, moved into more powerful presenting of the messages. You are guided here to learn and to know the outer worlds are promised to be considered for your local attention. Through the looking glass you return to see beyond the veil. Another row in the garden grows with flowers scented with essence. Teachers of light create patterns of creation to allow the flow of essence to reach consummation. The polarities of existence are not recognized with awareness to the fifth dimension in order to establish internal singularity. The polarities are created through entanglements of time particles, which are exhibited as your spiritual essence in patterns of mathematical interplay. Of the multidimensional matrix, conscious awareness, intelligence connects through the streams of vibratory alignment. Once the central tone of the foundational root is described, then the key pattern of the harmonic chord is in tone.